Okay, now we're gonna look at the form of funding required. So basically, this is in terms of if your business plan, you require funding, you need to complete this form. You click on the form, and then, but it's very important that you understand this form, because here it's a breakdown in terms of how you're gonna fund your business. So depending on the sector that you are operating in, it will be pre-populated based on the estimated assets that you need for you to operate. But some businesses, you already bought the assets, you're just developing a business plan for expansion. If you don't need the new assets, then you just have to edit this one. You click edit, and then you say where it's asking you this is relevant and we have data, then it will be no. But if you need funding, you leave it at yes. Depending, when you started, you said your business was a startup, but maybe you are refinancing, or you are expanding, or you are acquiring the business, or you just want procurement finance. Depending on the type of funding that you need, start transaction is the start date when you expect the money to flow or the funding to be approved. Then, do you need land and building? If you need it, you put the amount there. Do you need plant and equipment? If you need the plant and equipment, you put the money there. All this needs to be supported by quotation. If you need a vehicle, you put the amount there, supported by quotation. Computers, if you need computers, new computers that you need them to be financed. It's not the computers that you already have, it's the computers that you need to be financed. And then if you need furniture, and then this one it's a system generated amount, the capex amount, so you don't have to worry about that. And then if you need, but as well, even if you change it, it's not going to make a difference. It's just the system is just going to recalculate it again. And then if you need working capital, so basically working capital is the amount to operate, like you want to pay salaries, to pay rent, or just to operate, to buy raw material. That's called working capital. You might be needing a loan for that. And then if you're acquiring your business, it's called acquisition finance. You need somebody to fund you to acquire that business. So these are the different capital that you can look for, or the amount that you might want to borrow to expand your business. And then in terms of that total funding required, is a calculated field. Even if you change it, it's not going to make a difference, because the system will recalculate it by adding the funding that you need there. Then you need to decide in terms of how much the shareholders are going to put in the business. Let's say you're putting in 2 million as a shareholder. Then let's see how much is 12 is 78. I can't put 2 million. Let's say you put 60,000. Then maybe another 5,000 is coming from asset finance. You're gonna fund it through asset finance. You don't need a building loan. Maybe in terms of debt, this as well is a calculated field. You don't have to worry about it. Let's say you say 1,000, and then how much working capital do you need? Let's say it's another 5,000. This debt is just the general debt that you're gonna raise. So some loans are, let's say it's asset finance. So this one is when the loan is tied specifically to certain assets. Building loan is a loan that's specifically tied to the building. And then working capital is the loan that's tied specifically for working capital. And then the difference, the balancing amount, it will be just your general debt. Maybe you got a debt from your cousin or whoever that is funding your business. It's not working capital loan, or it's not a land and building, or it's not asset finance. Then there are other different where you are getting any new investor coming into the business, is putting in money to fund your business. Quasi equity is when it's sort of an equity, meaning it doesn't have strict requirement for repayment. It's called a quasi equity. Or maybe you're gonna receive a grant donation from somewhere, or there's other funding that is not defined here that you're going to use to fund the business. So, and then the interest rate, we set it at the industry rate, which is the system generated. But if you feel maybe you won't be funded at 15%, maybe the interest rate should be higher, then you can adjust it if you know it. And then industry return on equities, what is expected from that industry? So in this industry is 26%, which is actually common for most industries, the return on equity of 26%. But you might, if you know the rate that your industry require from equity investment, like your shareholders loan, your quasi-equity, or your external equity, your internal equity, how much return are those people looking for? Or you as a shareholders, how much return are you looking for? If it's more than 26%, then you adjust it off. If it's lower than that. But the 26% is an average ballpark figure in terms of this industry. Then once you're done, you confirm, then the system will update the what do you call it? The form accordingly. Then it shows that the form now is confirmed. As I've said, the debt equity has been recalculated. Remember, we've put in 4,000 there, then it has recalculated it so that the capex, so meaning the amount that you need to buy equipment and the amount that you need for working capital, you add them together, makes up your required funding. Then that required funding, it must be funded by something. One, it's funded through equity. It will be either internal equity or shareholders equity, which is internal equity, or external. You are bringing a new equity partner or shareholder to fund your business, or it could be funded through debt finance. So that's the debt finance, which is your building loan, is your asset finance loan, it's your working capital loan. Those will be added together to make up your debt finance. And then it shows them the data is true. We have confirmed that the data that we have put in is true. And we also have our educational material. If you want to learn more about funding required, then you can watch the videos. You can open the handbook. If you want to learn more about how to complete this form, you can watch this video. Then once you complete this, you can edit it whenever your circumstances changes, and then you make any adjustment that you want to make. And once you completed that, then you go back to your dashboard. Then your funding required, the way you confirm data, it will also be blue. So that's how you complete the funding required form on this business plan app. I thank you.